everyone, I'm Keisha Charmaine and I'm back, and in this video I'll be doing a Q&A. Not too long ago I put a post up on Instagram requesting that you leave a comment if you have a question that you would like answered in a Q&A video, and I'll be getting to those questions right now. Before I get into the questions, I want to show you guys the head wrap I'm wearing. This is called Skinny Jeans on my store, so if you're interested, definitely check it out. I have a bunch of new designs for the summer, and I have some more coming on later in the summer as well. So make sure you stay tuned. Also, finally, my oils are back in stock. Shop now because they sell out quickly. It's been really hard to keep up with the demand, so I do not have an infinite amount of oils in stock. However, they will come back if you check in. It's sold out, so shop now so you can make sure that you get first dibs. Okay, my first question is, do your locks continue to thicken over the years? I'm almost 3 years locked and I hope mine get just a little thicker. So basically the process of locking, when you first start out, they tend to be relatively thin, and then as they start to mesh together, they swell. But as they mature, they become somewhat airtight. So no, they do not get thicker over the years. Not to my understanding, not to my knowledge. If you know someone whose locks get thicker over the years, my guess would be that they are free-forming, or I don't know, maybe they're just a special case, but that tends to not happen. They may get thicker towards the roots, but again, those are more immature locks, and as they get longer, they will probably start to thin out. That's just the nature of locks. Leave a comment below if you have any input on that, and let me know your own experiences. But my locks in particular have absolutely gotten thinner over the years. They haven't thinned out, however, they have gotten more compact. What are your favorite and least favorite assumptions people make about you because of your locks? I don't like when people make assumptions about me, period. It just in general. Just wanted to put that out there, I guess. But I guess one of my favorites is that I'm artsy and creative and like a free spirit. I like that. That's positive. A least favorite, well, I don't think that anyone has made that assumption about me in particular, but I just know that a lot of times people see women with locks or natural hair, they see them as low maintenance or, you know, cheap, which is ridiculous, especially if you have loose natural hair, because it's pretty expensive to maintain loose natural hair. So come on, it may not be expensive like buying $500 weave every month, but it's not cheap. And yeah, with locks in particular, I guess a lot of people do get locks because it's low maintenance, because it's easy. Yeah, but I'm not easy, don't get it twisted. How long do you plan on letting your locks get? You know, I've always said I don't want my locks to like be like in my butt. But they're in my butt now. Pause. Like, that sounds crazy. Like, I'm trying to say that my locks are like halfway through my butt length, so they're I can't quite sit on them. Maybe I can sit on a couple, but I can't really sit on them. But I don't want to be able to sit on my locks. But if they get to that length before I hit 10 years, then that's just going to be the case, because I definitely don't want to like trim any significant amount of hair off until I hit at least 10 years. But when I hit 10 years, I'll probably be cutting them to my not much, but I'll probably cut them back up to like tailbone. So only like, you know, inches, if you like several inches, not too many. How often do you wash and retwist? I wash bi-weekly, so I wash every 2 weeks. And as far as retwist, I retwist when I fill. In the beginning, I do recommend that if you want your locks to look uniformed, I do recommend that you wash with every retwist. I mean, I recommend that you retwist with every wash, But when your locks are pretty mature, that's really not necessary if you want to get a uniform look. If your locks are mature, like, you don't have to worry about retwisting as regularly. So now I just retwist when I feel like it, and that's probably once a month. Will you ever dye your hair again? Between the time I posted this picture and now, I have dyed them again. I dyed them black again because I had pokes of red and brown coming back, and I didn't like it. Especially I saw some green in there and some gold. Like, it was just looking, it looked a hot mess to me. It looked kind of dirty, but it wasn't dirt. I just know that it was the black fading away. So I just I did dye it again last week. Yeah, last week ish. And I used Revlon. How do you stop your locks from thinning? If you mean thinning at the root, then I recommend that you don't retwist as tightly or as often. If you're thinning at the root, that might be a cause, but it also could be your diet. It also could be maybe you're too rough with your hair when you wash it. It also could be maybe you're styling it too often and too tightly. There's a bunch of reasons why your hair could be thinning at the root, so I recommend that you explore all of those reasons. But if your hair is thinning towards the ends, that might be due to excess dryness. That could be due to also that could be due to over styling and manipulation. It could be due to the fact that maybe the hair is damaged. Maybe it has color damage, or maybe it was already damaged before you even locked it up. I know some people will lock up their relaxed hair, or maybe they had a lot of split ends and they locked it. That could be the reasons why your hair is thinning. So you want to explore those reasons and then, you know, get down to solving it. Will you or have you ever cut your locks? I've only trimmed, and I may cut my locks. I'll definitely cut them like to a more manageable length, but if you're asking will I ever cut them off, maybe. I am 28 years old and I'm not gonna keep talking about what I'll never do. I'm not gonna do that. I don't know, I'm very young and I may change my mind. At this point in my life, I'm not gonna cut them, but a lot of things change. What's one thing you love and hate about your locks? One thing I love about my locks is that it's mine, and it's real and it's beautiful. That's not one thing. That was 3 things, right? Okay, that's 3. One thing I hate, sometimes it tickles me and it startles me when, you know, when like it brushes against my arm or my back if my skin is exposed. Like right now, if my hair was down, I may have a moment where like a lock would like, and I would be like, oh, you know, I think it's a bug or something. That's one thing I hate, I guess. What's your favorite quick go-to style? Well, if it's summertime like now and it's hot, this is probably like a quick go-to style. I just put up in a messy bun really quick, and I put an infinity head wrap on top. This is a really easy go-to style. It's not even like perfect, but like I said, I just did it really quickly. If I'm wearing it down, I like to just wear it down, or you know, grab a chunk here, and then like just tie it so it's like out of my face. That's probably how I wear it most often, like around the house. If you had to do it all over again, what would you change? Size, parts, / sooner or later? I like the size of most of my locks, but how like the ones like in the center. But the lady who did my locks, she made the parts on the outside a lot thinner. I don't know why. Maybe she thought that would be cute, but no, I would prefer if they were thicker. The parts, if they were thicker, my locks would be thicker. Yeah, sooner. A part of me does wish that I did them soon, later, I should say. A part of me wishes that I waited. Like what I did was I had my my relaxer. I grew out my relaxer with box braids, and after about my entire freshman year of college, I cut all the remainder of the relaxer off and I installed my locks immediately. So I pretty much went from relaxed to box braids to locks. So I never really experienced my afro, so I kind of wish I did just grow out my afro and play with it. Because I get afro fever now, I kind of just wish I had an afro. I'm not gonna comb them out anytime soon, but I kind of do wish that I had, like, you know, a nice fluffy afro to play with, or at least I wish I had that experience and I didn't. So a part of me wishes that I waited, but at the same time I'm glad that I started my locks the way I did and when I did, because you guys can see on my channel, like if you look back from my old videos, my locks were like this long, and then like, look at where they are now. And I think it's a really cool process that you guys can still see on my channel. And if I waited, I probably would have started my locks on longer hair, so then my process would have been a lot different. You know, it is pretty different growing your locks from long hair versus short hair. So yeah, my journey would have been completely different if I had, say, 4 years of growth before I started locking. How was your experience with dyeing your locks? Did you have any breakage? Well, I have a playlist on my channel here where I put all my lock dyeing videos together, so you can definitely see like all the different dyes I've used and which ones were my favorites, which ones I didn't like as much, things like that. My methods, how I keep them moisturized and things like that. So definitely check out my lock dye playlist. Tips and thoughts on color for gray hair, not ready to be gray. I really don't know about dyeing gray hair. I don't have any gray hair. I haven't experienced that. My mom, she does get grays towards her her hairline and a couple in the middle, and I don't recommend you do. My mother does. My mother just dyes it as often as she feels like it. I don't think that's the best thing to do. I don't think that's the healthiest thing to do, but that's what she does. Does the weight of your locks cause breakage? No, no, not at all. I mean, if the weight of locks cause breakage, that will cause breakage at the roots. I've never experienced that. My locks are not heavy, and if they ever start to feel heavy, then I think that it's time for like a really deep clean, because my locks just aren't heavy. I mean, you would imagine they're heavy because they're so long, but also consider the fact that I didn't just wake up one day with long locks. It was a gradual process. So, you know, I don't really feel a difference in the weight, except when I'm washing my hair and it's wet, or if I'm in a pool or something and my hair is wet, then I know it's heavy. But other than that, no, the weight of my locks doesn't cause any breakage. Leave me a comment below if you have a different experience. I would like to know. Does having locks make it difficult to be physically active? No, it does not make it difficult. Just like with having any sort of long hair, you can just pull it in the ponytail, a bun, just pull it back, put on a scarf, a headband, anything. Just pull it out the way and you're fine. What's your facial care regimen / products, and are they natural and for sensitive skin? I'll have that in a separate video. I'll do a skincare routine video soon. Stay tuned for that. Having long locks, especially when maintaining yourself, can be overwhelming. How do you keep from wanting to cut them? I don't find it overwhelming to maintain my locks, because it's not like I have to do it every day. I do it once every 2 weeks. That's not a lot. I think that's pretty simple compared to a lot of people who have to do their hair every single day. The maintenance never made me want to cut them. And if anything what made me want to cut them it was just that I'm hot, or maybe I just want to change or something like that. I want to see afro, or those are the only things that made me want to cut my locks, but definitely not the maintenance. The maintenance is what makes me want to keep the locks. How has your hair growth affected your spiritual and mental growth? Well, my hair growth, my hair journey is definitely like a physical manifestation of my growth, I guess. You know, as I've gotten older, my hair's gotten longer, and as I've gotten older, I've gotten, you know, to learn myself more, learn what it is I like and need and love and want, and learn more about my boundaries and my standards. and yeah, just grow as a woman. And my locks were there throughout it all. And yeah, a lot of people say that locks hold energy. I believe in doing spiritual baths on my locks, so definitely check out my video on the spiritual cleansing your locks, so I don't feel like my hair is holding any energy. I don't necessarily know if I feel like it attracts certain energies. I don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, I hope that answered your question. And that's it. Great, because my battery is about to die. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a comment below. Let's engage. Check out my shop, KeishaCharmaine.com. My oils are back in stock. Get your emo oil growth drops and your horsetail leaf growth oils. Give your hair some TLC. You know, it's great for hair strengthening and hair growth. I know that's something that we all want with our locks. We want to keep them strong and keep them long. Emo oil if you guys are having any issues with your edges. Check out my new Infinity head wraps. Love, light, and lock.